The Los Angeles Lakers are in trouble. Who would have thought before the season started that they would be doing this bad? Obviously, they got to get their chemistry together. They're a new team. That's expected. Even the Miami Heat, the first year that they were together, remember, their record to start off the season wasn't that good. It was like 10 of 8, then 14 of 10, something like that. But the Lakers, they're not at 500, and they've been losing games that they need to win. Like last night against the Cavaliers. And this is a quote from Kobe Bryant after the game. Kobe said, "This is the most challenging stretch I've been in my 17 years for sure." He said this was the most baffling. It's an embarrassment. Kobe was embarrassed. Mike D'Antoni, I remember somebody tweeted me a video. Mike D'Antoni wasn't happy after the game talking. You could see the frustration. And that's another thing. Remember, we all thought that it was the coach. Many people thought it was Mike Brown. The reason they weren't playing well is because of Mike Brown. So they fired Mike Brown. They got Mike D'Antoni, but nothing really has changed. Now they have been hit with some injuries. You know, Steve Nash isn't playing. But I don't really know if Steve Nash is going to solve their problems, because defensively, they still have the same issue of not being able to defend the point guards on the other team. And point guards on almost every team are really fast. They can get into the lane, and Steve Nash is not the kind of player you want to defend that kind of point guard. So now they have to have him go guard somebody else, maybe the shooting guard or small forward. Now they got mismatches up and down the court. I don't know if Steve Nash is the answer. It doesn't solve their problems at point guard. Because if you remember a couple of years ago when they didn't win the championship, I think it was the first round of the playoffs where they played the Hornets. And CP3 went crazy in that series. So if they play a team with a good point guard, they're going to be in trouble. Another thing that's scary is that Kobe he's scoring a lot of points. He's dropping 40 points here, 40 points there. Oh my good, look at that ankle breaker. I faked him out and went the other way. And then I still managed to go back the way that I faked him. Look at that. Then I just go back. Oh my gosh. That is montage worthy. But let me get back on topic here. Even though Kobe is having great games, it's not giving them wins. And there's these funny statistics, like the Lakers are 1-10 when Kobe shoots 20 or more times. So if Kobe shoots more than 20 times, they've been losing. And then if he doesn't shoot more than 20 times, then they're like 9-3 or 8-3 or something like that. And it doesn't really make sense. It's like you want Kobe to play good, you want him to score, but you want everybody else to score as well. And then Dwight Howard, you saw the comments, Dwight Howard asking his teammates to help him play defense. And that's another thing that doesn't make sense to me, because when Dwight Howard was on the Magic, that team wasn't really a good defensive team. It was all Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard did so much for them. He was really their defense, and they were able to compete with good teams. Their defense was decent. And I'm like a lot of people when I said that, the Magic, they shot too many threes, but now it's starting to seem like that's a good system for Dwight Howard, because when they have Pau Gasol and Dwight out there, it's like they don't have enough spacing. So it's not the same threat as it was when it was just Dwight with a whole bunch of shooters. So what do they do there? Do they play those two together? Do they not play them together? I mean, I don't really know. It's just weird. And then why is Dwight Howard wearing a headband? It's got to be the headband. That's what D-Man said on Twitter. D-Man said the Lakers would start playing better if Dwight Howard will take that headband off. It's a conspiracy. Really, we should get Dwight Howard to take the headband off and see if they start winning. And look at that move on Jose Calderon. And that highlight last night of Vera Zhao throwing up a pump fake, and then going inside and slamming it down. Like that right there, that is a disgrace. Dwight Howard must really feel bad. I think Dwight Howard was the one that jumped on the pump fake. That's unacceptable. These next few Laker games are going to be really entertaining. I'm going to tune into all of them. On Thursday, they're going to be playing the New York Knicks. The Knicks are playing good right now, so I don't know if I think the Lakers are going to drop that game. But then after that, they have a game against the Washington Wizards. They have to win that game. They cannot afford to lose to the Wizards. Then their next game is going to be against the 76ers. That's another must win. Even though the Sixers are doing pretty good, they're doing okay, they got to win that game. Then they're going to play the Charlotte Bobcats. If they lose to the Charlotte Bobcats, oh my goodness. Then, you know, they're right back to Golden State. Then the Knicks again, and then the Denver Nuggets, and then the Blazers. So that's why they have to win. After that Knicks game on Thursday, they got to win the next three. They have to win those, because if they lose one of those, it's just not going to work out for them. Because after that, their schedule is kind of up and down. They're going to be playing the Clippers, the Spurs again, the Houston Rockets again. They've already lost to the Rockets before. The Thunder. These Western Conference teams are hungry. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Ricky Rubio is coming back soon. You never know what's going to happen there. You don't know if he's going to be ready to go, and now all of a sudden they go on a little bit of a streak. You know, you don't know. Dallas, isn't Dirk coming back soon? I mean, they've got to, this next month and a half is so important for the Lakers. They need to get it together, figure out the chemistry. They just got to start winning games. Laker fans know it. Kobe knows it. Mike D'Antoni knows it. Dwight Howard knows it. The whole basketball world knows it. So you want to tune in to these next few games. It just seems weird to envision Kobe Bryant with this roster, with these teammates, with this talent. Not that old Lakers team with only Lamar Odom, and no, with quality guys. It's hard to imagine the Lakers not making the playoffs. And it's actually a possibility if they keep slipping up. It really is. Obviously, the Lakers bench, you know, it's not that good, but they got to pull a Miami Heat. They got to play either Kobe, Dwight, or Gasol. Just play those guys at all, one of them at least, at all times. You know, that way, you know, even when they have the bench in there, they can kind of center the offense around one of those guys. And so they should have a time where it's just Dwight with some three-point shooters, you know, have Kobe out there with Gasol, then maybe take out Gasol, keep Kobe, take out Kobe, put back in Gasol. They got to mix it up. So let me know what you guys think of the Lakers and their struggles. What should they do? What do you think they should do? Should they trade Gasol? You know, should they keep, you know, how can they start winning games again? And the funny thing about this gameplay is that this is our second loss in a row now. Remember, we were on a nice little winning streak, and now this is going to be the second game that we dropped. I don't know what happened. The Raptors, they just couldn't miss in this game. There was nothing that we could really do. So we dropped this one, and I got another great game coming out maybe on Friday. I played it last night.
Your streak of 20-point games has now reached double digits. Is there something you can point to recently that's allowed you to elevate your game?
It's just another step forward in my evolution towards becoming the greatest player of all time. The more experience I get, the more consistent my game becomes, and the more my skill set expands. So if you think I've been playing well lately, just wait and see what I got in store for you in the future.